As you're factoring, don't forget to remove common factors. If you look at m to the 5th, n to the 4th, minus 36m, your first response would be, I can't factor it. It's a binomial. It doesn't fit one of the three formulas. So therefore, I can't factor it. However, notice that we have a common factor of m. If I factor out the common factor of m, I have m times m to the 4th, n to the 4th, minus 36. Now I have the difference of two squares. So be sure to bring down the m, because that's my common factor, and I'm going to factor it into the difference and the sum of the square roots. The square root of m to the 4th, n to the 4th is m squared, n squared. The square root of 36 is 6. Square root of the first minus the square root of the second, square root of the first plus the square root of the second. Sometimes one can apply the formula twice. Example, let's factor x to the 4th minus 81. We have the difference of two squares. So I can factor x to the 4th minus 81 into x squared minus 9 times x squared plus 9. The square root of x to the 4th is x squared. The square root of 81 is 9. Square root of the first term minus the square root of the second term times the square root of the first term plus the square root of the second term. X squared minus 9 can be factored again. I can factor x squared minus 9 into x minus 3 times x plus 3. Square root of x squared is x. The square root of 9 is 3. Now x squared plus 9 cannot be factored. Now x squared plus 9 cannot be factored because that is the sum of two squares. One cannot factor the sum of two squares. One can factor the difference of two squares. One cannot factor the sum of two squares. Let's look at another example. Let's factor 2m to the 7th minus 32m. First thing, remove the common factor. We have a common factor of 2m. 2m into 2m to the 7th is m to the 6th. 2m into 32m is 16. Bring down the 2m and factor m to the 6th minus 16. Now at first glance, you may not recognize that m to the 6th is a perfect square, but it is, because m cubed times m cubed is m to the 6th. Multiply powers having the same base, keep the base and add the exponents. 3 plus 3 is 6. So the square root of m to the 6th is m cubed. So m to the 6th minus 16 factors into m cubed minus 4 times m cubed plus 4. Obviously the square root of 16 is 4. Now I'm going to give you some exercises. Copy the exercises, and once you have copied the exercises, stop the tape. Work through the exercises completely. Once you have completely factored the problems, restart the tape to check your answers. The first exercise, 4x squared subtract 81. The second exercise, x to the fourth subtract 49. The third one, 3x cubed subtract 27x. Okay, here are your answers. If you disagree with any of these answers, be sure to check with your instructor or someone in the math science lab.